Psalm 127, verse 2, David HaMelech says, he talks about the women of Israel, Bnot Israel. He says, it's hard for you, it's vain for you. Wake up early to go take the kids to school. Wake up early, tell the husband to go learn a little bit, go pray. Wake up early, start the house. Now wake up at 11. You wake up before the kids. Why? So you prepare the kids for school. So you prepare the husband for Beit Knesset. So you prepare the house. Now I wake up at 11 o'clock. Honey, I'm still tired. Wake up early. Yeah, but it's hard. He says, exactly. I went to sleep late. He goes, exactly. That's what the rest of the pasuk says. The rest of the pasuk, that's what it says. He says, it's vain for you who rise early, who sit up late. Not only did you wake up early, you went to sleep late. Why did you go to sleep late? Because the kid didn't want to go to sleep. He was crying all night. The husband had a stomach ache. The other kid had a stomach. Everybody had a stomach ache. You have no idea what's going on, but you have to be there. Why? Because no one can go. If they're not asleep, you can't go to sleep. Your mommy. He says, it's vain for you. You go to sleep. You go to sleep late. You wake up early. What do you eat? You eat the bread of sorrow. The bread, what do you eat? You ever see a mom that has little kids in the house? She can barely eat. Why? Because there's always somebody crying, somebody's annoyed, somebody's this, somebody's sick. She never has time to eat. She has to eat like a bank robber. Like in between missions. Why? Because he always thinks like somebody's chasing him. Oh, he just grabs something. He doesn't know what it is. Just eating. Eat just to live. That's how mothers are. Why? Because you don't know how much time you actually have before the next baby cries, before this one, something happens. You can't eat like everybody else. They have dinner, and you're sitting there, and so on. I see your hand. I just have to finish the point. So, you see that Abat Israel has kids, has a husband, and David HaMelech says, I already know your life. You wake up really early, you go to sleep really late, even eating a healthy diet is almost impossible for you. Even eating like a normal human being is almost impossible for you. But you should know. Hashem gives His beloved restful sleep. Rav Galinksy says, the Gemara says, what does this mean? He says, when you're a Bat Yisrael and you wake up early and you go to sleep late and you eat the bread of sorrows because you're sending your husband to the kollel, you're sending your husband to go learn Torah, you're sending your kids to go learn Torah, you're constantly doing everything to keep the machine going because you're the engine. You, my friend, become Hashem's beloved. You are considered Yedid Hashem. What's Yedid Hashem? You're friends with Hashem. That's what the pasuk says. The pasuk says that a woman becomes Yedido Shana, the Yedidah, a friend of Hashem. So Rav Galinksy says to the women in a lecture, he says, I'll tell you the truth. If I had a letter from the Chazon Ish, he says, if I had a letter from the Chazon Ish, Gdol Ador, previous generation from him, if I had a letter from Chazon Ish, hey, Yankale, Yedidi, Yankale, my dear friend, Yankale, which is Rav Galinksky's name, Yaakov Yankale, Yedidi Yankale, if I just had that, I don't have anything to worry about. Hopefully, I just wait until Hashem takes my neshama back. I just go, I just ask my will. Only thing I ask, bury me with the letter. Why? I go to Shamayim. With a letter from the Chazon Ish saying I'm his friend. I'm set. He says, imagine if I had a letter from the Rambam. If I had a letter from the Rambam says, Yankale Yedidi Yankale, my dear friend Yankale. The Rambam wrote me a letter says, my dear friend Yankale. I go to Gehinom gets scared of me. Why? I have a letter that the Rambam called me his friend. Rambam calls me his friend, Malach HaMavet is scared of me. He says, imagine I have a letter from Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Or I have a letter from Rabbi Akiva, his rabbi. Rabbi Akiva writes me a letter, Yankale, my dear friend. Doesn't matter what the rest of the letter. It's worth to come to this world, get the letter, die, you're finished. You're good. Why? You go up to Shamayim with this letter, they can't touch you. Why? You're friends with the Rambam. You're friends with Rabbi Akiva. You're friends with Moshe Rabbeinu. You're friends with Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu says, Yankale, my dear friend, you have nothing else to worry about. He says, Bnot Israel, you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity of a lifetime. Why? You have something in writing. But not from the Chazon Ish, not from the Rambam, not from Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, not from Rabbi Akiva, not even from Moshe Rabbeinu. You have something from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have a letter from HaKadosh Baruch Hu saying what? You want to be my friend? You want to be my beloved? Send your kids to Talmud Torah. Send your husband to Shiur Torah. Send your husband to learn Torah. You, my beloved. You and me, we're best friends. Best friends. The next day, Rav Galinksy went to go collect money at a yeshiva, at a big yeshiva, went to collect money. They sent him to a place, businessman, had a lot of money. He went to his office, he goes, oh, you're Rav Galinksy. I'm not giving you anything. Okay. No, but I'm going to tell you why. Oh, you can tell me why too. No, they're not going to tell you no. They want to tell you why, they will tell you no. Okay, tell me why. He goes, you ruined my life. He goes, you ruined my life. How did I ruin your life? He says, I have a business. I'm running this business 40 years. Baruch Hashem, I have a wonderful daughter. I found my wonderful daughter a nice husband. The husband learns. But we had an agreement. Once they get married, the husband learns for a couple of years. But after he learns for a couple of years, he's going to come take over my business. I could go retire. I'm already working for 40 years. I go retire. I set up everything. The office. I set him up his own office. I set up everything. Today's supposed to be his first day. Instead of him coming, taking over the company today, I get a phone call from my daughter. Abba, my husband's not coming to work. Why, he's sick? No. Why, something happened? No. So why isn't he coming to work? He's going to be in the kollel. Well, for how long? He's been already there for a couple of years. He goes, forever. Why? What happened to our agreement? He's going to run the business, $1 million company. No, Abba, I don't want it. You don't want it? No, I don't want to go to work. Why not? I want to be friends with Hashem. I went to Shiur Torah, I went to Rav Galinksy last night, and he told me if I want to be friends with Hashem, if I want Hashem to call me my beloved, I have to send my husband to go. I am not willing to give it up. I want to be friends with Hashem. So the guy says to Rav Galinksy, see, that's why I'm not giving any money. So Rav Galinksy says, Baruch Hashem, that I have the merit to be partners with somebody that's friends with Hashem.
מרבה תורה, מרבה חיים. ומי שפורש מתורה, חס ושלום נדבק במוות. זה פשוט.
So anyone that is looking for ways to better his situation, protect himself, protect his family from the horrific situation that's around us, terrorism and everything else, they must understand that the only way is to increase Torah. More Torah, more life.